Welcome back to WBTV News on Bounce. Now it's time for Ask Mama Mack, a segment we do every Tuesday night to discuss issues facing parents and children across the world.
My mom, Stella Mack, Mama Mack,
hello,
is back once again.
Thank you.
She's fired up tonight, folks.
No?
Yeah.
She's pretty fired up.
You're pretty fired up.
Well,
you had a lot to say about Sierra's
and anybody in their right
racy,
mind would have something to say too.
Yeah.
Okay, what didn't you like about it, Mom?
All the exposure is not necessary to state the fact that you're pregnant and you're going to have a baby. Lord Jesus, come on.
The hand is on the hip, y'all. You know what it's about to be.
Here with all these little pieces of string covering up this much of the body and everything else protruding.
Mama has very strong feelings about exposed baby bumps. Very strong feelings.
Very.
Mama Mack, I'm right there with you. I have to.
Thank you.
I'm fed up.
Don't.
Oh, I would never never do that.
Thank
but that's
you.
me. But I think that
I would
anybody
hope
to each
not.
his own.
True, yeah.
I mean, Sierra looks pretty amazing pregnant. And all she looks
she
like
does.
is she's just got that basketball belly. Most of us are not. I haven't seen any cankles. I haven't seen any swollen feet
anymore.
Okay.
Is it okay?
You better loud
You
talk
better
me.
expose yourself just because you're gonna have a baby.
Again, I wouldn't do this.
You know.
Yeah, all right. Well,
I'm
we're
sorry.
gonna move on. I know you're not gonna
Had
like
that
this one either.
moment.
Right? You're not gonna like this one either.
Several moments.
Because I saw a video of this just a second ago. I had not seen
You
it.
had not seen this
I had
video.
not seen
I wish
this
you
video.
would have seen it like on air for the first time.
What's that?
Well, the
This
video
one.
of a daycare
Here we
worker,
go.
right, pushing a 4-year-old girl down a flight of stairs. The Pennsylvania daycare's owner had just installed a camera before this happened, thank goodness. 52-year-old Sarah Gable lost her job and now faces charges of simple assault and endangering the welfare of a child. The little girl's knee was injured, but she was able to go back to the daycare a few days later. Mama Mack, this type of story gives daycares sometimes a bad name.
At some point, I don't know if we see this, but at some point she looks back up. Like,
There she.
Yeah,
yep. They got you, boo.
Yeah.
You do.
What were you thinking when you saw this video first?
That's horrible. If your patients are that thin, you need to just leave. Go find another job.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, especially around children.
Yeah.
So you know that they can sometimes get on your nerves a little bit. You have to have more
they
patience with
can.
children.
You
Yes.
just want to lift them up, but you know, never.
Yes. Not supposed to do it, and she did it, obviously. So, geez. I'll ask you this question. Is that strong enough punishment for her?
She's
The loss
fired,
of
and
job.
she's now facing charges of simple assault and child endangerment.
You know, she doesn't need to be in child care. She needs to go find something else to do, and yes, I think that's
A good punishment. Okay, all right, good deal. All right.
So let's talk about this. Georgia lawmakers thinking about bringing back recess to elementary schools. Now recess still exists in Georgia, but only sporadically. Schools are becoming more focused on test scores, so that recess has gotten squeezed out of the school day. But a bill in the legislature would restore 30 minutes of recess for public school students in K through 5, those grades. It would also forbid teachers from using recess as punishment, or I guess perhaps taking away recess
yes.
as punishment. So Mama Mack, do you think children need recess during the school day?
I think they do. Kids need an outlet because you can only contain them for so long before they start freaking out on you. I mean, you know, just...
They got a lot of energy.
Yeah, definitely. More than we could ever think of having again. And it takes a lot to... I mean, they can only... I mean, I see it every day. If I get a 30 to 45 minute window to do instructional time with them, I am delighted. But I know I can't push it but for so far. And then they've got to go. You got to let them go. You got to let them have that free time.
Right.
And recess, my goodness, when we had recess back in the day, wow. That was like, you know...
That was when you...
That was top.
You got
Recess
outside.
was
Recess
like
the bomb.
thebomb.com.
Yeah.
It was not until you became an adult that you really missed the importance of recess and naps, for that matter.
Yeah.
You have to have that quiet time, too.
I would like
Bring 'em
recess.
back
I
down.
would like recess now.
I mean, if we could,
Recess
recess
is
now,
important.
I actually went outside earlier today around 5 o'clock, and I went out to the lobby, and the sofas looked very comfortable there. So I just kind of sat there and talked to Barbara, who works on the
Reception
desk
desk, the front desk.
and I just talked to her for a little bit, and I said, and she said, "You okay?" I said, "I'm just taking,
You
I'm
just
giving myself a
needed
little time out."
recess.
And you need a
time
change
out.
of scenery.
Yeah.
Break up that routine.
Yeah, it
Stay
helped me.
fresh.
See, I'm fresh. I'm fired up because I took that 15-minute break.
Be fresh.
And by the way, because we have so many different people joining us, and thanks to all our viewers out there that watch
Yes.
Bounce, we appreciate it. Mama Mack, you own a daycare center, so to speak.
Yes.
You can speak on that
Definitely.
better than anybody.
Yes, she's
so.
had the daycare center for 17, going on 18. No, this year will be 17.
17,
Yes,
yes.
this year will be 17 years
May
in May.
1st.
And so she has just molding young minds
Yes.
Trying to.
on the front lines of the future.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, we want your take on tonight's sound off, Charlotte.
Okay.
We've hit it a couple of times. It's our last time here. Ben Carson, created an uproar after he compared slavery to immigration. Yesterday, the new Housing and Urban Development Secretary made his first address to employees. Carson was talking about the work ethic of immigrants who came through Ellis Island. He said, quote, "There were other immigrants who came here in the bottom of slave ships, worked even longer and even harder for less," end quote. Mama Mack, how do you think your ancestors would feel if they heard these comments by Ben Carson?
I think it might cut him off at the knees. I don't know. That's terrible. Did he not have any history?
Yeah, and there are
I mean, did his ancestors, his grandparents, did not relay the stories?
You would
They're
think so.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Everybody has stories that have been told over the years that has to do with slavery and how our ancestors, were brought here against their will.
Yes.
people, to play devil's advocate, people are making reference to a 2012 speech that Obama gave where he said, "We are a nation of immigrants." I'm paraphrasing. Unless you're Native American, you either came here or were brought here. And I suppose by definition,
Immigrants is
correct, but at the same time, I can see why people are in an uproar about it.
Well, you're using slavery and immigrants
interchangeably, and you don't think that is right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
One is, to me, quite different than the other.
I would agree with you. And, people are saying that when Obama said it, there wasn't this uproar. I think we're living in a different time right now. I think things are a lot more heightened when it comes, a lot more tension, especially when it comes to race and race relations. So I can understand that. But I do feel like it was a little irresponsible of him to just, Obama kind of said it and left it at that. Like, this guy delved into it, and then you tried to defend it on the radio show today. And unless you are descendants of a people who have been largely disenfranchised in this country, and this country was built on the backs of their free labor, I don't think you can fully understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's okay for you to disagree, but you have to be able to understand why, for people of color, this is a
sensitive issue.
Yeah, and this is a hot button topic.
Yes.
What's your take on it, Delano?
I think if you go back to what President Obama said, I see that the immigrant words, some words have different, you can figure the different meanings out, but to compare that to what the slaves went through, it's just, it's, to me, I don't.
Like, they just had a nice ride over from the motherland.
I don't buy that, but
which we know wasn't
you
true.
were brought
It's
over
not
in the bottom of a ship,
shackled,
stacked on top of each other,
to the point where many did not survive the Middle Passage.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm kind of like one of the viewers from Facebook. Let's get him a copy of Roots.
Well, the other immigrants were coming on their own, is what he's trying to say.
Ellis
There's a
Island,
difference.
you
There's a
came over here.
difference
And
in-
I know there were some difficulties on those ships, with diseases, and those people didn't survive. But again, you willingly got on that ship.
Right.
And
And
once
you
you
weren't-
got here, you were free and able to make your way.
and you weren't chained.
Not the case for us, for people of color, for our ancestors.
No.
Do we no comments on
So
that?
please feel
No
free to
comments.
email me if you don't like what I'm saying. I'm totally okay with that, and we can talk about it.
Mama Mack, don't email me. Mama Mack,
Go ahead and put that out there, Delano.
Mama Mack, always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here tonight, Mama.
Appreciate it very much.
We'll be right back.